Guys, did you really think I wasn't going to look at a wildly popular Astartes parody in which the Space Marines are taking on some heretic furries? Absolutely not. This is Fear the Furry from Flash Gits. Let's get into it, eh? Yeah, it's going to be one of those videos.
Gits.
Yep, James Workshop, man, they hate the idea that people are promoting their IP line for free. They just hate free advertising. I've honestly never seen a stupider company. So, okay, one thing that I just want to point out about the world before we get cracking into this is that there's the old way of thinking, which is that when you have IP, you have to safeguard it. That the worst thing in the world is for people to see it and you don't make money. But the truth is, in the era of mass communication, and especially in the era of social media, it is hugely beneficial for many kinds of IP to actually give away a lot for free, because what it does is pulls people into the system. Now, if your end product is a movie, right, you can't give away the movie for free, obviously. But what you would want to do, for example, is promote. Here's a good example, right? Netflix, they don't give away stuff for free, but basically anyone with a Netflix account or anyone who knew someone with a Netflix account was able to watch the Cyberpunk 2077 anime that came out recently. And even though CD Projekt Red didn't get any revenue, maybe there was a licensing deal or something, from the actual viewing of that show, that people could basically just watch it whenever they wanted for free without having to pay CD Projekt Red anything. Despite that, because they gave this wide audience a new access to the IP, a new vehicle to recruit people into it, it bumped the sales of the actual Cyberpunk 2077 a ton. And that is the new model of monetization of IP. And the fact that Games Workshop, these idiots, crack down on parodies and tributes and other IP, especially when the creator doesn't make money from it. It's insanity. It's how you kill a franchise, by building a gazillion walls around it, right? Making it as inaccessible as possible. Franchises are great because they're accessible. Okay, so it looks like we're looking at a flashback. I continue to remain sort of perplexed by the Space Marines' love of standing in the open and shooting at things. War isn't about the individual. It's about the team working together to use their vehicles, weapons, and skills to achieve their objectives. That's not only true in real war, it's also true of today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is the most expansive vehicle combat game in history. Play with over 2,000 different tanks, ships, aircraft, in fast-paced, combined arms PvP battles. War Thunder's commitment to accuracy is unmatched. Vehicles are modeled down to the component, and the dynamic damage modeling system tracks how hits destroy key vehicle systems and crew, even letting you see their effectiveness with the damage X-ray. Add to that War Thunder's incredible graphics, authentic sound, original score, and 4K resolution, and you get an immersive combat experience. I love how powerful the collaboration between ground and air assets can beat out even numerically superior forces, just like real war. Play War Thunder now on PC, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, or the previous generation console. Check my link below to play for free, and you'll also receive a huge bonus with premium vehicles, premium account, boosters, and more. Right, even if you, especially if you are fighting against hordes of Xenos who are not at parity with your fighting abilities, you're definitely going to want to use things like obstacles and canalization to funnel them into smaller places where you have the best chance of fighting. And, you know, when you have a crowds behave. The reason why gunshots work to disperse a crowd is not because you can kill the whole front line. If somehow people just weren't afraid of gunshots, it won't work. the momentum of a crowd pushing the lead of the crowd forward, even if the front people don't want to be there, the momentum of crowds is so powerful that it'll force them to. That's how you have crush deaths in crowds. And an example would be like the Somali, the Battle of Mogadishu, right, in which a large crowd, a proper crowd of fighters attacked U.S. forces who, despite being better armed and better equipped, were simply unable to use, well, these sort of tactics to hold off a large crowd of people. Yep. Okay. So, of course, they're being attacked by heretic furries. And you guys can see from their soulless expressions that they have no desire whatsoever to preserve their lives. And this is, again, another reason why you would want to find ways to canalize them or, you know, at the very least, do a bounding retreat so that you continue to maintain spacing between yourself and your opponents, especially if you're a space marine. You know, you can exhaust a crowd. That you can do. If you can move away faster than the crowd can move to you, you can run them out of steam. Wait a minute. Let's back it up. You know you're flashing some weird shit in here. We saw it there. Coming forward frame by frame. Damn. It's horrific. Okay. Man-made horrors beyond our comprehension. Of course. It's a portal to an even darker world of furry, what's the word I want? You know, there aren't words for this level of cosmic horror. Yep, always got to take the flamer. Purging heretics, man, it's the only way. Actually, there are other ways to purge infectious diseases, biological compounds like this. Depends on the exact nature of the pathogen. You can use UV light can sometimes do it. Obviously, heat can do it. But there's even things like HEPA filtration, where you actually filter out the pathogen. All of those things can be ways to do it. I'm trying to think. There's also, I want to say, you can change the pH of an area. You can simply deprive it of something it needs to survive. Usually pathogens require oxygen. So if you can remove oxygen or another life essential component from the milieu, then you can do it. So again, we think of the heavy flamer as the tool for purging, pathogens and heretics. But really, there's a large number of tools that are available to, purge heretics, but also just to sanitize an environment. No, all right, let's back it up. Let's see. As the furry disease corrupts his mind, you can see they're paws. They're statues of paws reaching skyward. Yeah. You spend enough time online, some form of corruption will rot your brain. Damn, your boy's down to a knife. Not even a chainsword. no. He said ooh woo. We're done, friends. I'm sorry. Oh man, especially having heretics in a Space Marines temple, some sacred place. Yo, these furries are gonna get it. Oh, we had another corrupting moment. Let's take it. There it is. Oh god, it's furries being pulled into some extra dimensional portal. Truly a post-apocalyptic hellscape. Damn, the chaos furry marine. Terrifying. Yeah, you know, okay, this is what's fascinating. You can see, obviously, he's consumed with rage. What I find really interesting is this is actually reflective of some sort of weird quirk in human behavior, I think. And that is that sometimes when you have an in-group versus out-group mentality, people will actually reserve their most vicious anger, their most strongest outrage for not for the out group, who they, because oftentimes, you know, human beings sort of instinctively dehumanize out groups, because, you know, you can't be mad. It's like being mad at a dog, right? When you've dehumanized somewhat, even a little bit, you not necessarily are mad at them for their behavior because you just simply have internalized that that's how they behave, but you reserve your most stringent outrage for your own group. A good example would be, let's say you have your favorite sports team. Do you ever notice how when and you lose to your rivals, especially if someone on your own team makes a mistake, say a coach or player, people will be so much more angry at that player than they are at the other team, even if the other team did things that they believe were unfair, cheating or exploiting a vulnerability, right? And politically, we do it too, right? People within your own political party, those who differ from you ideologically, especially in sometimes pretty fundamental ways, those tend to be the subject of greater rage and ire than the actual opposition political party. And it's not really clear on why this is. Again, I think it has something to do with some evolutionary psychology around in-group and out-group. But I think that's why that this person was, this Space Marine was completely apathetic about killing dedicated furry heretics, but he has an extreme, unbridled rage for the corrupted Space Marine brother, because literally it's his corrupted brother who has betrayed him by becoming a furry. Oh my, how the Furry Disease corrupting the entire chapter of Space Marines at their statue of their emperor. Wow, truly horrifying. Oh my god, yeah, dude. The Emperor of Man converted to some horrific furry god. Truly, truly horrors beyond our comprehension. Damn, and he was corrupted by the furry bullshit. Truly horrifying. Well, I guess he knew. He knew what he was becoming. And to his credit, he refused. Play War Thunder now on PC, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, or the previous generation console. Check my link in the description to play for free, and you'll receive a large bonus with premium vehicles, premium account boosters, and more. Anyway, that was weird. That was weird. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, become a member of the Patreon if you want some uncensored real-world combat video breakdowns, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, hit subscribe. That's all I got.